One of the most important things that I've tried to get across to people is that NASA has an agriculture program, and that agriculture program is owned by you, by the conservation managers, the producers, the ag industry in this country. And we're trying hard to try to make those connections, because we believe the value of the NASA data that comes from space, and that I always say floats around in space, really is of limited value until we get it tied to the ground. Whether it's ground information, whether it's ground expertise, what the producers are doing. So understanding that connection between the space data and the ground information is key to understanding the changes that are going on in our country and on our planet. And also, more importantly, how do we make those pragmatic decisions to move us forward, to help us manage this change? One of the satellite missions that we're currently leaning into right now is called the Surface Water Ocean Topography Mission. That's going to be launched in a couple weeks. And that mission will help us understand surface water information. Now, surface water information, you might think, well, don't we understand our rivers and our lakes pretty well? In spots we do. And certainly our goal is to really understand all of the surface water and all the reaches in large lakes and rivers so that we can better understand our whole water cycle. This is going to give us the ability to help us model and then help us predict what our surface water is going to be like in the future and, of course, right now. So these types of missions are focused on the Earth, and another one coming up will help us understand soil moisture across the globe. So understanding soil moisture systematically at the surface will help us, ironically, to understand root zone soil moisture even better, because that helps us constrain those models, add the information that comes from producers, which we desperately need, those ground sensors, that information that they use on the ground and know from their farms. That's going to really help us understand not only what's going on in the soil moisture, but as we talked about here today, it's also going to help us understand and predict our weather a lot better, because so much of our weather, especially in this part of the country, is impacted by our land surface. So I'm here today to try to help make those connections. Our agriculture program at NASA is growing and it has so much potential. And it's one of the reasons why I'm being sent by NASA to make these connections, because as we grow, we know we can only be effective if we're connecting with producers and decision makers that understand this earth and understand the agriculture systems that they are on every day. If you want to reach out to NASA, go to NASA Applications Program. You can Google it and you'll see our program there. You'll see my contact information there. You'll see some examples of the work that we have. Feel free to reach out to Brad Doorn directly, and my email should be on that website.